Buckle up, Buttercups. It's a bit of a rant. Okay, folks. First off, I'll start with something besides the rant. Got my second COVID shot. Chills. My arm itches. It's red where the injection was given. And I still have not seen any sign of the extra appendage that I was sure was going to come about as a result of my second COVID shot. I believe I'm going to be highly disappointed because I really could use another hand around here. Okay, for the rant. For many of you, you know that I have a Facebook group page for Scraptasticyarns podcast. And many of you know that I do lean conservative. That does not mean that I don't let people voice their opinions or their views. Now, granted, the group has a rule about political posts. And I consider political posts, those kind of posts that are like, slamming the current president, past president, that kind of stuff, memes, stuff like that, or you really need to vote for this guy or that guy, that I consider a political post, and those are not allowed. However, many of you know that when the Bernie crocheted character came out, I shared that. Many of you know that when there was the mittens for Bernie's knit crocheted patterns, I shared that on the group. Now, the other day, there was a beautiful mural that was done, and it was a mural of our Vice President, Kamala Harris. I had posted that link to the article along with this. I simply said, while I do not care for our VP, I am impressed that this was made out of crocheted, I think I said squares or blocks. I don't consider that a political post. But there are quite a few of you who lean left, who had to make all kinds of ugly hate-mongering, and yes, it is hate-mongering, post. You made posts about people who said, I agree with you, or whatever, that they were never Trump or Trump right-wingers or some kind of bullshit. Yeah, I'm going to call it bullshit. Like that. And calling anyone who leans conservative, doesn't care for this administration, in a bad light. I am going to tell you this. I have turned those posts in as hate speech. And while a couple of you left little nasty notes and saying that you were leaving, you were out of here, here's my suggestion to all of you. You don't need to announce that you're leaving a group or for what reason. Just leave. Get out. There's no reason for you to make an ugly remark, a hateful speech message about someone else's views, someone else's politics. So with that said, someone could say, well, you brought it into it here with the politics. No, I didn't. I just said I don't care for our current VP. And yes, she is my vice president. And Biden is my president. Much as I detest that. They are. 4 years. There'll be another election. Somebody else may be chosen. Who knows? Election cycles happen every 4 years. Sometimes every 2 years. It goes one way or the other. I'm okay with that. Life isn't a bowl full of cherries. But I've reached the point where I'm no longer going to be tolerant of people who consistently spew that kind of hate and then sit there and say, they love kindness, they're sweet, they're kind, they're beautiful people. No, you're not. You're not. You're spewing hate. Yeah, life's too short, guys, to put up with this kind of stuff, this kind of nonsense. I welcome anybody and everybody into this Scraptascyarns group on Facebook. I enjoy a lot of posts the people put up there, regardless. But I am going to put this out there. Apparently, since there are quite a few people who lean left, cannot be tolerant of others' views, I guess we're going to have to make a rule that no matter if the post is crochet or knitted, if it involves a political person, it can't be posted. No, I'm not going to do that. That's a ridiculous rule. Absolutely ridiculous. Because, honestly, I would have loved to have seen a mural that was done of our frontline workers rather than Kamala Harris. But that's because my personal views about what she has done or not done for her constituents or the residents of her state. That's purely all it's based on. She's probably a very nice person. She crochets. She can't be all that bad, right? She went to a yarn shop. Now, I didn't post that story, and the reason I didn't post that story is because she had her political hat on when she was in the yarn shop. So I didn't think it was worthy of posting for that reason. If she'd just come in to share yarn, to talk with the ladies, whatnot, I'd have shared it. But she brought politics into that shop, so I won't share it. Quite simple. So that's why I say buckle up, Buttercups, because from now on, I'm going to use my administrative tool to ban you, to block you, throw you out of the group, whatever, if you cannot be civil to one another. End of story. Because some of the other remarks that I've pulled off there and deleted were quite ugly. And they all came from the non-conservative side. And I'm very disappointed in you people. Very. So that's what I mean about buckle up. I've reported about 25 people today for their hate speech. I hope I don't ever have to do that again. The one thing I always stress is to love one another, hold each other up, be kind to one another, and it's that simple. But I'm done, folks. I really am done. Because it's ridiculous. So, people, if you can't behave in a group, don't announce it, draw attention to yourself, just leave it. If you can't stand one simple little post, leave. Because there's plenty of other posts on that page. And granted, for the past couple of months, I have not been very attentive to it. But, got a lot on my plate right now. So, but anyway, just want to let you know, buckle up. Because I'm not going to tolerate it on that page anymore. Other than that, everybody have a great day. Like I always say, love one another. It's the greatest commandment, love. Practice it. Doesn't mean just those you like. Means even those you can't tolerate. Love one another.